Hi everyone, how are you today? Thank you very much for all your patience while I moved house. So let's get stuck into it. So today I'm going to tell you about the 9 areas of life that I'm talking about when I say that I'm committed to inspiring, educating and motivating you to achieve pure bliss in all areas of your life. Now, at different times, 1 or 2 areas of our life will need more work than others, as you've probably experienced yourself. For example, your career could be going wonderfully, but at the expense of your relationship. Or your circle of friends and your social life is fabulous, but your finances are, well, let's say less than optimal. So, there are 3 main areas which are then broken down into subsections. So here goes. The first area is health, broken down into mind, body and soul. The second, wealth, being made up of career, finances, contribution, or legacy. The third, relationships, romantic, family, friends and community. Today, I'm going to talk to you about health. So, the mind. Human beings are essentially curious, and we need to keep our minds stimulated. Otherwise, we stagnate and we become bored. We've all heard the phrase, the day you stop learning is the day you die. Sounds a bit melodramatic, but think about it for a moment. Aren't you at your best when you're learning something, whether it's learning about yourself and what makes you tick, or a new skill for work or pleasure? It's what gets our juices flowing. It's what adds depth to our lives and to the services that we provide. There are many ways of learning: travelling to learn about different cultures, reading books, manuals, listening to audio tapes, attending seminars, hiring a coach. There are as many ways to learn as there are things to learn. Something as simple as finding out what exactly is a blue moon. Or maybe you've always been curious about ancient Rome, ancient Greece. Go into your local library and browse the shelves. See what catches your attention, captures your interest. Have you ever wanted to read Moby Dick, finish War and Peace, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, one of my personal favourites of all time? What about rereading your childhood favourites? Take a trip down memory lane and see if you learned something new from reading it as an adult. How do you relate to it now? I recently reread The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton, a fabulous teen book, and realised as an adult I identified so much more with the oldest brother in charge of his 2 younger siblings after the death of their parents than I used to. Make a list and work your way through it, not because you have to, but because you want to. By the way, a blue moon is a term used when a full moon occurs twice in the same calendar month. It happens every 2.7 years and never in the month of February because there aren't enough days. Is the moon really blue though? It depends. Most moons are not blue. But if there's a volcanic eruption or even a forest fire, the smoke in the fire can turn the moon a blue colour. Fancy that. We also need to learn how to switch our minds off. We need to learn how to relax and stop thinking. Meditation is a great tool for this. Again, there are many ways to meditate. It's not all about sitting cross-legged and on the floor and chanting Om. Not that that's a bad thing, if it works for you. Not everyone is built that way though. There are guided meditations, walking meditations, art meditations, just to mention a few. So, on to physical health. Sounds boring, but it's true. Without our health, we have nothing. No amount of money is worth it. Ask anyone who's suffering from a terminal illness whether they'd rather have $1 million or their health, and I'm sure we all know what that answer will be. Don't wait till it gets to the point where you have to do something. Start now. We need to be aware of what it is that we eat, what we drink. There's a saying that we've all heard, you are what you eat. We also need to remember that what we don't eat matters too. In some cases, just cutting out some of the things we eat on a regular basis can make a huge difference to our health. On that note, let me say, I personally find that adding things to your diet works much better than telling myself I shouldn't or I can't eat something. I'm not sure how many of you have ever gone on a detox or a diet, and as soon as you start, just knowing that you can't eat cheese or chocolate or sugar just makes you want it more. My personal one is cheese. Almost every detox I've started, I've craved cheese, just because I know I can't have it for the 3, 7, 14, 30, however many days the detox is for. Now normally I can go months without even thinking about eating cheese, but just knowing that I can't makes me want it more, as I think it does most people. So what I find works best for me is adding things rather than removing them. For example, if you feel that you must absolutely have fried chicken and a huge serve of chips, then don't tell yourself you can't have it. Just add a huge salad before the chicken and chips. But salad's so boring, I hear you say. Well, firstly, let me say a salad is not boring. There are actually other ways to make a salad rather than throwing half a head of iceberg lettuce, a couple of chopped tomatoes and a cucumber in a bowl. Go buy a recipe book. Beg, borrow or steal. Actually, please don't steal one. I'm not condoning theft of any kind. If your funds don't extend to new books, go to the library, go online and do a search on salads. I'm sure you'll find at least 2 or 3 you'd like to try out. Ooh, and you'd be looking after your mental health at the same time by learning something new. And go get those ingredients and make that salad. Make sure you have a big bowl of salad, then sit back and relax and enjoy your chicken and chips. And if you don't eat as much as you normally would, then just think of that as a pleasant side effect. If you must have bacon and eggs for breakfast on a Sunday, because that's what Sundays are about. You've worked hard all week, and Sunday's your one day of rest, and damn it, you deserve to enjoy your Sundays, and bacon and eggs is what you want. Then don't fight yourself. Don't leave yourself feeling deprived and miserable. You should enjoy your Sundays. You have worked hard all week, and yes, you should have what makes you happy. Just add a green smoothie to your breakfast and have one first. Oh my goodness, a what? Are you say? A green smoothie. Now, it might sound strange and even disgusting to some of you, but trust me, once you start adding these today, you'll never look back. So, what exactly is a green smoothie? Again, there are many different variations, so experiment and find one that suits you best. There we are again, back at the learning new stuff. Great how we can look after both, isn't it? I would suggest that you start with 50-50 to begin. So, one example would be 2 cups of mango and 2 cups of baby spinach leaves. I find spinach leaves to be a bland flavour, so not too overpowering like some leafy greens can be. It's a good one to start off with. So, get your mango, get your spinach, put it all in your blender and whiz together. Once everything is blended together, you may want to add some water if it's too thick for you, just to find the consistency that you enjoy. So, here's one I made earlier. Yum. So, keep experimenting with different fruits and greens. Make sure you rotate your greens so you get the different benefit. For example, as you probably know, spinach is high in iron, while kale is high in calcium. So then once you've had your smoothie, start cooking your bacon and eggs or go out to your favourite cafe restaurant and order them. Enjoy them. Now, I do need to let you know, I'm not a dietitian or a nutritionist or a member of the medical profession. I'm just telling you what's worked for me. So, you get the general idea. Don't deprive yourself of anything, just add more goodness to your diet. As a general rule, I believe we all need to eat more fruit, fresh vegetables, and more unprocessed whole foods. I'm sure we've met lots of vegetarians who eat nothing but chips and deep fried veggie burgers, vegetarian pizzas, chocolate. In fact, I used to be one of those. Some weeks I can still be, not to the degree that I was, but definitely still one. So, when you're adding to your diet, look at what's missing. Have you had fruit today? Maybe starting the day with an apple or 2 before you toast and cereal could be a good thing. My 3-year-old will quite often have 3 or 4 green apples before her breakfast in the morning. What about leafy greens? Try having a salad before your lunch every day this week. And add wholemeal bread. Have a salad sandwich. Add more brown to your diet. Brown rice, brown bread, brown pasta, also known as wholemeal.